Hello everyone, how you doing? And you're very welcome to this interview about Clontarf Vikings Futsal Club. And to join me and to tell me all about his experience and the club, we have Drazen. Hello Drazen, how are you? Are you well?
Hello, Aidan. Hello, everyone. First of all, I want to thank you for this opportunity and thank you for your time. I'm really happy to be a part of this.
And it's great to have you on board. And it's actually a sport that I haven't had an opportunity to cover on my show Friday Sport. So this is a new thing as well. So hopefully it can be a regular thing and something that people can look forward to. Because I suppose the popularity in futsal has expanded, but we'll actually be covering that later on in the discussion as well. So so we'll carry on. So we'll start off with a bit about yourself and a background on yourself and how you got involved with Clontarf Vikings.
Yeah, sure. So basically, the story actually started quite a few years back. So maybe 5, 6 years ago. And I'm from Croatia, and I moved here in Dublin 8 years ago. To wrap up everything in a short story, I made those guys basically just playing fun match and fun practice games on Thursdays, and it was out of my usual sports schedule. So, but the Clontarf Vikings clubs was previously started with the Sinisa Sikar. Probably it should be familiar name because at the moment he is a current head coach for Blue Magic, which is representing our league of Ireland in the Championship League now at the moment. By this way, I really wish them good luck and all the best for a competition in a group stage. But basically, how everything turned to Clontarf Vikings is Sinisa started the club, and then the club was competing in Ireland futsal league. But as we always know, something happened with the players, with the team. Some players needs to leave. Some players went to their own works. So the club was basically put on hold or a pause. And then 3 years back, Emir decided to revive that kind of idea to go back to the futsal. And this is how our club actually started 2 years ago. So we did one season last year. Then it was a kickoff for everyone of us. It was kind of a new step, new experience. A lot of players that actually joined the club never played futsal. We are coming from the 11-a-side football background. So it was a blend of everything. Our kind of politic of the club was to keep players for the Balkan region because we were limited about sponsors and everything what we need to do. We did it on our own. So now what we are trying is to promote ourselves and roll this story on a bit more serious level. So basically that's kind of, if I go more in details, we could probably talk about next half an hour, but I'll try to keep it short as it possible could be.
No problem. That's it. And I suppose is futsal a sport you would have played back home in Croatia, and have you been playing it since you were young?
Yes, definitely. Football is a big thing for us, and I cannot avoid using this opportunity to mention how proud I am about Croatia nation and everything what they did in World Cups. It's like we are such a small nation with such a big passion and everything what connects us. It's just amazing, and so I need to say that I'm really proud about being Croatian and how big football is for us. So of course we're bringing those things from the background from early ages. Basically, when we start walking, you're having a ball beside your foot and you're always pushing it somewhere. So definitely big thing in Croatia. Big thing, big
That's
focus.
it. And I suppose really with futsal, it is a lot of people might say, it's just indoor football or whatever, but it's not. It's much more. It's much more than that because, like, I've been involved as physio with a few teams now. Well, with the Ireland Senior Six-a-side squad, and also with the Diabetic Futsal squad, the Ireland Futsal squad as well. So I got indeed Sparta Belfast, who you might have played against. we travelled to we travelled to Estonia for the UEFA Futsal Champions League preliminary round tournament in Estonia, which was a great experience as well, and the top level referees and the facilities. But what people may or may not realise, it is a very good stepping stone into the 11-a-side, in that, you know, because of the nature of futsal, you have very limited space, and it's
Exactly.
you know, like it's very good for close control and many other things that you can actually bring into the 11-a-side game and other codes of the sport. Can you tell us a bit about that and what you think?
Yes, sure. So I know how it goes because I was the one of the players who actually experienced that by playing professionally 11-a-side and then joined futsal. And I thought, like, football is football. If you manage to play football, it should be same with futsal, but it's completely different world. Even when you start breaking down the actions or movements in futsal and in 11-a-side, it's completely different. It's a bit kind of a different asking from your body. It's more intense. It's more short bursts. You need to be aware about the space, and it's, as you said already, it's quite limited. You have quite limited space, and especially like futsal will be more tactical approach, how to move, where to go. You think that I mean, like, it looks easy when you're watching on a TV or when you're watching some live games, and when those players do something, it looks quite easy. So you just basically need to be there and run. But when you try it on your own, you're practically realizing how hard it is, how intense it is, and it's much more just than running and being present there. It's tactic, it's the team, knowing each other, knowing to what to expect from each player in a team. So one of the things that we are now dealing with is we brought in few players, and everyone expect now when we have good quality players in, it will be better, it will be different. But now that there's a big thing that needs to happen, and it's team cohesion. We know each other, we know what to expect from each other, and this is about to happen. So it's still like a few things waiting for us to work on, apart just getting players in.
And of course, it's the speed of it as well. You know, you have very little time. You have very little time on the ball, and even with from a goalkeeper's point of view, he's a fly keeper. He comes out as well. But also when he has the ball, we say if it goes wide or whatever, he only has a certain amount of time before he has to throw the ball out or kick the ball out and things like that. It's very quick. There's no mess, and it's kind of the same as outdoor as 11-a-side, in that you know, it is fast and you have to be good on your feet. But instead of a throw in, it's actually you put the ball down on the ground and you pass it. So it is very good for the development of a player from starting off. And of course, there's a lot of people that actually continue throughout their career or whatever, just to do futsal as well, which is great, and it's versatile for all abilities as well.
True. One of the things that are different from futsal and from 11-a-side, it's probably the weather opportunities that are not so great in Ireland. So with futsal, you'll be more based indoor in halls, where basically in 11-a-side, you'll be outside and probably dealing with beautiful weather that we are having here in Ireland from time to time. But yeah, so as I said, apart the difference in between the pitch itself, the surface of the pitch, there's definitely rules that actually make the game to be much faster with much more intensity. So you have flying substitutions. Goalkeeper can participate in a game if he's in the other side of the pitch, so he can be actively playing. So definitely a fun game, and it was also new for me to step into this kind of a futsal world and knowing the rules and knowing the movements, because as I mentioned already, half of our team are players that played 11-a-side, so it was quite a bit of change for every one of us.
And of course, as well, you know, you make great friends from it. It's the social aspect of it as well. And, you know, just touching on, like we were saying, we were going to discuss, I suppose, the popularity of the sport in Ireland and how it's grown. I mean, there's a league now in the Midlands in Athlone. it's huge in Dublin, huge up in Northern Ireland as well. As I said, Sparta Belfast, I was with them. Very good squad, very good players, very good coaching as well. It has to be said, the quality of coaching around Ireland and indeed internationally, I suppose that's the key. Not only for kids when they're coming through the ranks playing futsal, but it's also key as when you're playing whatever level you're playing at adult level as well.
Definitely. So the coaching level is increasing, and in my own opinion, it's really important because this is where everything is starting. If you're having good quality coaches, if you're having someone to guide you properly, to show you what you need to do, to motivate you, which is probably one of the most important things, to be motivated to do any kind of sport. It doesn't need to be futsal. It can be something else. But those kind of people, those coaches, they are the starting spark that actually igniting you to move you, to do it here, to do the training. Some training sessions are not easy. They're really intense. They're really hard. It doesn't make you feel good and happy, but it has to be done. So you need to have people who are going to show you and put you through that kind of process with the proper desire, with the motivation. And especially the quality comes on top when you have a training session that makes you like thinking, oh, when is the next training session? I really want to go to it. So this is definitely important. So as you're saying, the quality of the coaching level is improving, and I cannot use this opportunity to not say something about Emir Mustic. He is our head coach. I don't know, like he is top quality guy, not only from the football aspect, the level that he carries, like his character, his winning mindset. It's something that the Clontarf Vikings really need, and I cannot be happier to have him as a head coach and someone who started all this the story about the Clontarf Vikings as well.
That's it, and of course, just to give us a bit about Emir, as I was saying off air there. I know Emir for a good few years. I was the physio of the Ireland senior six-side squad. We represented Ireland in the mini futsal, the European mini futsal championships in Kiev, which was a great experience. And of course, I knew Emir before that because we were preparing for 6 months leading up to it. And just talking to him, a lovely guy, like you said, but also he's a good leader as well. Like he when he speaks, people listen to him. It's the way he comes across, but also he has the experience. He's been playing futsal and he's come into the six-side game, and that was huge. Of course, he's used to playing in big games when he played for St. Pat's in the League of Ireland as well, and of course he's from Bosnia as well. So he has a huge international, I suppose, kind of experience as well. But things like going to European championships and things like that. And indeed, now there is in futsal, there is the UEFA Futsal Champions League and the preliminary round and things like that, depending on whether it's professional or junior. And these are all great opportunities, aren't they?
Definitely, and it's something that sooner or later will leave a mark. Once at some stage when you turn around and when you see what you did and what kind of things you get through in your sport life, this is what everyone is happy to have, a kind of sport background. Especially it's a really big thing when you're representing the nation. I wasn't lucky to be on that level, but I know Emir did it with six-a-side Ireland national team, and now he's been recently selected as a head coach as well. They did a competition in Croatia. They did really good, and I think it's a new World Cup competition about to come now, and there he's preparing the squad and the team. So I wish him really all the best to perform and to get the good results. But definitely he's really a specific type of a character. As you said, people listen to him, and he's having that kind of winning mentality in the head, which is important for the team to put us in the right place where we want to be. And this is exactly what we are trying to do now: promote our club, have a good kind of overview what we are doing, what we are representing, what's our goal. And to do that, you need to have people who are going to be dedicated to a purpose, and this is exactly what we are trying now.
And like I've dealt with him like when he was injured and leading up to the tournament and that, and also like when we were over there, and like he listens to you, but he's great at encouraging the people around him. You know, if someone isn't performing well, he'll encourage them, but he'll also have a word with them if they're not performing well and they need to improve or they need to step up. But it's the way he does it as well, and I think that's obviously what he brings to Clontarf Vikings as well, but also the reason why he was picked as the coach of the Ireland national team, and you know he makes a good captain and things like that. So I think so. Can you tell us a bit about like what he has done for you as players and for the club in general? How he carries himself, because he, like you said, he's a great guy.
Yeah, so it was quite a challenge, actually, to be honest. When we rewind this kind of Clontarf Vikings Part 2 story, because when the club was put on hold, there was still a few players that played in era of Sinisa Sikar when he was a coach, and those players remain active still. And then when Emir came back with the idea to start again Clontarf Vikings, we have kind of a base of those players who already played futsal, who already have like experience playing Ireland Premier League, Futsal League. So what we did then, we add up a few more players that joined the club. And the first season was quite tough for us because, as I said already, we didn't have too many things organized. So it was everything on us. So imagine now if I put myself in a position where I want to ask someone to come in to play for our club, for our team, and same thing will be for Emir, asking players to come in, and you are straight away saying to them, but look, you need to pay this, you need to pay that, because we are still in a situation that we don't have fundings. So it was a bit challenging for us, but we did the league successfully, and our goal was just to get that first experience to do it, and then later on probably build it up and make it more serious, push it to the more serious level. And Emir did that with organizing a really nice, strong bunch of the people. It's really nice team. Now we have few players coming in from different teams that already played the last season, and it's getting better. It's becoming now more international. We were based more on Balkan people, so our communication was based on Croatian language, and then everything now turning around. We have more international players joining in, so we are faced and based on English. So definitely it's improving. So we need to put the word out. We need to promote ourselves a bit to make people aware what futsal is. Futsal is about to raise as well. I hope that Blue Magic is going to do good result as well, because it's our direct promotion as well. But yeah, that's kind of where we are trying to move to.
And of course, just to tell us a bit about the squad and the players involved in the squad, and maybe the training that's involved, because it's not all about just turning up on the day and playing a game. The intensity and the training, and I suppose it is, fitness is a huge thing in this. But even though there is roll on and roll off subs.
Yeah, definitely. So we are training 2 times a week, and then we're playing a game as well, either in the mid of the week or the weekends. But we are aiming toward having that 3 kind of activities throughout the week. And as you said already, so futsal is super intensive. So the type of the training that needs to get you ready for this needs to be intensive as well. Either it's just like a play, or it's at the moment we are in the preseason, so we are more focusing on fitness and getting that desirable stamina level, because there's one thing in futsal that is golden rule: if you cannot last, you cannot perform. That's what I'm getting it from my own experience in the last 2 seasons. You need to be really fit if you want to play this sport. So what we are trying to focus now in the preseason is get that fitness level done properly, and then we are going to build up with some tactical and technical options.
And how do you feel pre-season is going? Because you know that pre-season is a very short time span, but it is
So,
key to the full season because it is quite it is a
yeah,
long season.
basically, exactly. So it's whenever you're building a house, you need the foundations, right? So this is what we are trying to establish now, create a solid foundations so we can do some serious work later on when we dive deeper in the season. But as I said, so preseason is key. Players needs to come with a certain level of fitness so we can be able to build up on top of that. I'm not worried about the training session. It's going to be it's the coach job. I'm sure that it's going to be really good, organized, and it's going to be good quality. But it's also what we need to do from our side, from the player side. We need to show up. We need to turn. It's hard if you're not having entire squad at disposal. So we need to make sure to be there. Sometimes it could be hard because we are still having our jobs, which is our primary focus in our lives. So we are playing futsal and doing this because we love it. We enjoy to be in sport. And of course, there is something else that I didn't mention before. Third halftime, it's really popular for the Balkan people, and I'm seeing it. I played some 11-a-side season for St. Patrick's CI, so I know that Irish people are also caring about the third halftime. So it's nice to be a part of everything, and it's good.
That's it. And I suppose really the cornerstone of being successful in futsal across the league is the approach, the philosophy, and I suppose the style of play that the players adapt, but also that comes from the manager. So from Emir's point of view and his approach, with the players you have, do you find the style that he has or the style of play that you use on match days? Do you feel that's a good style of play? And just tell us a bit about the style of play that you use.
Well, there is no particular start of the play. When you are having matches, when you're doing league, you try to adapt to what you have in your own team, and you try to adapt to what you are playing against, basically your opponent. So some approachable styles will not be the same if you're playing, for example, Blue Magic, because they're a really great team. So they're a team that they press high and makes you to most of the match defending. So you are more like defending, organizing how to do those blocks, how to particularly defend each part of the game. But if you're playing with something that allows you to press them high, Emir will set up us like that. So he likes us to, if our fitness is allowing, he likes us to go and attack higher. So, but this is really demanding physically. So you need to be aware that you need to be able to perform that kind of strategy. But it's always mixing. It's not that we are doing that all the time. I think that futsal is so intense game that everything could change in just a few seconds during the game. So it's definitely mixing and changing strategies and approaches how the game goes on, or if he scout the opponent team. So we are trying to adjust towards that.
And that's where Amir's experience comes in, because I mean it's about doing it is one thing, but being able to spot when you have to do it. Emir has that talent that he can spot, right? This is what we need to do at this. Not only say what we need to do, but doing it at the right time.
Exactly. So coaching is not only looking at the players, how they run on a pitch. It comes with a lot of experience, and especially when you're having a big background and you're an experienced player, you are trying to channelize that kind of experience in the coaching. But again, coaching is different than being a player and playing a game. That experience will definitely help, but it's definitely different. It's different when you have players that are inside. Someone will be with a hot head, someone will with problems from the home, someone will be extremely happy. So you need to find a nice golden middle to have that kind of a balance in a team. You need to have authority, at the team and you need to be a friend in the same time. So finding that balance is the key point for all the coaches. So I believe that Emir is doing that really great at the moment, and that's why we are happy to have him.
And looking at futsal, like I was saying there, how much it has grown in Ireland. I suppose we start off more specifically with Dublin because there are a lot of clubs in Dublin, but also a team and another guy that I have experience with. You might know him as well. Are Sparta Belfast. You may have played them in friendlies or maybe played them in important games. But one man that I've experienced with, and another, I think he'd be very similar to Emir in that sense, would be Dario. He was the coach when I was involved. Obviously, he's gone on to he formed another club called Newry City Futsal Club. He's involved there. But like when I was with him for the week, when I was with the team for the week, there was meetings. Everything was planned out from the time you get up in the morning to to training at this time. And I'd say like Emir will be kind of similar to that. But Dario is very professional, as is Emir, and I suppose that's the way you have to go. Be structured and that, and do the right things at the right time, and kind of be professional to be successful.
Exactly. Yeah. So as a part of our preseason, we actually did a friendly game against Dario's team, and I can say that Dario is really professional as well. So sorting the team, it's a completely new team because we played last season preseason games against them, and now this season it's an entirely new team. We lost the game 4-3 to Newry United, but the game was really good team. We're about to schedule the rematch, so we'll be playing against them one more time, and I'm really looking forward for that rematch. Really good team, and Dario is keeping that on really good level as well. Yeah,
and I think they also qualified. Sparta Belfast, just to say, Sparta Belfast have qualified for the UEFA Futsal Preliminary Round Tournament again this season as well. I think they're preparing for that. So it's a very successful, and I was with them for a week, like I said, and they're a great group of lads, as are Clontarf Vikings as well, I'm sure. They're just very friendly and very helpful and very respectful. It's just lovely but I think that's the nature of futsal as well, that you feel comfortable in the environment and everything is well sorted. But also just before we head as well for this one is the popularity. It is getting more popular around Ireland as well, and it's good to see that there's different there's leagues popping up all over the country, and it's only going to get bigger and bigger.
So actually the whole story about football is promoting this and basically trying to show our kids what is the proper way to go, how to do it, why to do it. Because just taking my own example, being in this football makes me meet a lot of really wonderful people. So you're making friends in different regions, in different clubs. It's easy to connect. So basically football was always a sport that connects people, and it grows like that. So this is also one of the reasons why futsal needs to be promoted, why we need to show what that actually is, how can that affect to our children, what they will get out from it. So it's another way of, when you're learning that kind of competitive approach, when you're having things like dealing with the winning or losing, it's also shaping you as a character. So that's important as well, just to bring that and promote that kind of sport, just to be aware what can actually sport gives you. I know, because I was doing sport entire life, and everything what I managed through football. So it's important. It should be more emphasized, more promoted. People should be able to hear about it, and I believe that what we are doing, even in this bare moment, it's going to push something up at least a bit.
And I suppose another way around it would be to get it out there, would be maybe to, I suppose, go through the school system as well. Like, they do it in rugby, they do it in soccer, they do it in Gaelic football and hurling. That's the time to hit them. Maybe even at national school level or primary school level, into secondary school and into university. That's what, get them young, and that's when that's the best time for them to develop their skills, and then they'll be fully developed as they go through the grades as well. That's a great way of promoting the sport is in schools, and then I suppose it goes from there organically, doesn't it?
Yes, that will be actually the best time, because your body is going through some certain biomechanical changes and cognitive changes. When you're able to think differently, you're getting at some certain level when you could say, okay, this is going to be my professional cause. So I'm going to focus on that. I'm going to invest more time and give my best to become, let's say, professional at some level. Yeah. But definitely it will be really nice to start it in a school level, particularly high school, when you're already shaped in some kind of a way, and then you need to pick a path. I know there is a majority of options. There is really wide variety of sports that you could participate, as you said already, from GAA, from rugby, from hurling, I think that the European type of the sports are a bit less focused in the school system, because I was doing the school teaching in a school in Ireland as well, so I'm a bit aware how the infrastructure and how the system goes from inside. So even putting more focus on football, investing in the clubs, it wouldn't be bad. So those are the things that only can improve the overall quality of football, futsal, whatever that is.
That's it, and of course that's where it happens from there, and it's a good way of marketing it. So listen, Drazen, thanks very much for taking the time out to do an interview and the interview with us, and we look forward to talking to you again soon and doing another interview to where you can give us an update on how Clontarf Vikings are doing.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you for your time, and I really I'm happy to be a part of this.
No problem. Thanks very much. And that was Drazen from Clontarf Vikings telling us all about the club.